Hold up. What up? What's good? What's good? Late to the intro. What's good? Let's go.
Wake up to the new me. Bye to my old self. Wake up to the new me. Bye to my old self.
Let's go. A lot of news. Boxing is lit, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's go, Ryan. Conor Benn. Paramount. Sufa. Golden Boy. Turki Alalshikh. That's what I'm talking about. DJ. Cut the music. You already know this is Punch Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Woo! Shout himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho, aka Café Bustelo, aka El Pastor de Boxeo. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash that like. Congratulations. Hey, yo. Shout out to Turki Alalshikh. Bringing Oscar de la Hoya. Dana White. Partnering up together. You man, for how many years we've heard Dana White go at Oscar de la Hoya. Oscar de la Hoya go at Dana White. If it's one man in the sport of boxing that brings everybody together, like he brought Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren, Top Rank, Golden Boy, Eddie Hearn, you know what I'm saying? Now Dana White and Oscar de la Hoya, our couple in the sport of boxing. All the promotional companies in one umbrella on DAZN. DAZN and Paramount working together to bring this fight September 12th, T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas, Nevada. Ryan Garcia, the WBC welterweight champion, versus the high-profile contender in Conor Benn, who last year had the fight of the year with Chris Eubank Jr., which he avenged his loss later 2025. Also, shout out to one of the, I'm not going to say one, the most powerful manager in the sport of boxing, Keith Connolly, pound for pound, number one, did it again. Got his fighter secured a big purse, a big legacy fight for another one of his fighters. Shout out to Keith Connolly. You already know the manager of Conor Benn. Edgar Berlanga, they're going to be performing July 26th in the Barclays in Madison Square Garden. Also, you got Richardson Hitchens is going to be performing on the same day. You got Teofimo Lopez that just locked a groundbreaking deal with DAZN, the only fighter to lock this deal done. Hey, yo, man, he's doing it all. Also manages Alicia Baumgartner. Damn, Keith Connolly's on a roll. Keith Connolly on the roll. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's hot out here. New York City. Ladies, I'm gonna tell you like this, folks. Damn. Hey, yo, Turki Alalshikh is so yo, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. I know it's gonna sound blasphemy. I know this is gonna sound blasphemy, but let me tell you like this. Hey, yo, Turki Alalshikh. Man, the power that this man have. Hey, yo, he's the type that could bring God and the devil to hash shit out. Yo, to be honest. Hey, yo, I'll tell you like this, man. Only Turki Alalshikh could be pulling the impossible. Hey, you know what, man? We gotta tell Turki Alalshikh, man. You too powerful, Turki. You know what I'm saying? I think you got the power to, you know what I'm saying, talk to God and talk to the devil. Let them sit down and hash it out so everybody could be living all good. We won't be having no hell, and we all have heaven and stuff like that. No bad, no nothing. Everybody's all in sync, right? Yo, Turki Alalshikh got that type of power, bruh. Turki Alalshikh is doing the impossible, bruh. Hey, yo, yes. Call it blasphemy. Say, hey, yo, punch, stop playing. Hey, yo, you playing with the word of God. You play with God. Hey, yo, Turki Alalshikh, man. Turki Alalshikh at the top of power, man. To be honest, man, bring the God and the devil, sit down on the table, hash this thing out. You know what I'm saying? So we can all live in the kingdom of heaven. Shout out to the in the building. What's good, man? Bobby in the building. What's good? BK in the building. Brooklyn. What's good? New York City. Wash Heights. Harlem. BX. QB. Let's go, baby. So he's like, Dana White, be quiet. Alex de la Hoya, be quiet. No. Because I don't like the sufa. Relax. And you know what? I don't like the traditional way in the sport of boxing. Relax, Dana. And Oscar de la Hoya is like, nah, you can't take the belts away. Relax. And I gave you ring for it. Relax. Everybody relax, right? Damn it, I'm the man around here. I'm the Messiah. Do you listen to me, everybody? Or none of you would have it work. I'll bring boxing down to the ground, all right? I'm here to save the sport of boxing. Shit it up, all right? You're not going to be acting like JC and Damian Dash. You would work together, all right? It's my money or the highway. Turki Alalshikh. Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Nah, man, y'all trying to take it. Oscar de la Hoya, you're a fighter, but I'm the one that fight for the boxing today, all right? Shut the fuck up. You, Dana White. You would pay their boxers more than the MMA. Do you understand that? Shout out to Turki Alalshikh. Shout out to Turki Alalshikh, bro. Bringing everybody together. Frank Warren, Eddie, shut the fuck up. Right? You would work together. 5-5 tournament. Do you understand me? Yes. Shit. Man, Turki got the type of money, man, that make everybody in submission. Hey, yo, Turki Alalshikh got that type of money that he put everybody in submission. I'm not blaming him because I like this fight. If Conor Benn was going to go back to the 147-pound division, I like this fight, folks. I like this fight. Two guys that know how to talk and two guys that's entertaining. And the style, for me, meshes up. Look, folks. Look, the name, the best fight, and the best is all good and dandy. But I like to see a great fight. I'm going to give you an example. On paper, is Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney a good fight? Yes, but we all boxing heads. Come on, we got the boxing eyes. Is it a good fight? Is it an entertaining fight? Is it a good stylistic matchup? It might be the best fight in the best, but it's a good stylistic matchup. Nah, man, I'm tired of being boring, man. I want to be entertained. I want my Saturday to be worthwhile. If I'm gonna be pushing my kids to the side, wifey to the side, you know what I'm saying? Family to the side, friends to the side, and stuff like that for a Saturday night. I better be entertained. And Conor Benn versus Ryan Garcia, man, that right there, that style right there, in their prime, oh man, it's a bones and birds. It's a bones and somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna get cut. Somebody gonna get bloody. Oh, it's entertainment at its finest. And the promo leading up to the fight is good. Let me tell you like this. Hey, yo, Conor Benn know how to speak even more Spanish than Ryan Garcia. Let me tell you like this. Conor Benn, because he could promote it in English and in Spanish. Y'all gonna be surprised. For those that don't know Conor Benn know how to speak fluently in Spanish. When he was in New York City, leading up to the Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez fight in the lobby hotel, I had a 5-minute conversation with Conor Benn strictly in Spanish. I said, yo, you know that if you was in the New, I don't think he knew what Dominican is. I said, but do you know that in New York, and you know they would look at you like you Dominican, really? Conor Benn like el dominicano, el patanero, maguco los tres golpes. Shout out to Turki. Turki got the type of money to put everybody in boxing in submission. And he's doing it for the, to be honest, and there is some fights that is like, come on, man. You know, we want to see Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez. That's the only fight. That is the only fight that Turki Alalshikh really hasn't come through fruition. It seems like the only one that hasn't been that can be, falling in line with Turki Alalshikh is probably Gervonta Tank Davis, right? But I think that's gonna come soon. Pause. I think he's gonna stand on line just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. Damn. Turki is Turki got the type of money to tell Canelo Alvarez. You remember when Canelo Alvarez, super middleweight undisputed world champion, remember his mandatory was William Skull, and Canelo Alvarez had an interview and said, I don't know who he is. I don't like it, the bullshit. No, nobody telling me what to do. Okay, I do whatever I want to do. You remember Canelo Alvarez? He said, I do whatever I want to do. I don't even know who he is. When he was talking about William Skull, when the IBF mandated him. And even Marquez was saying, who is this guy? Everybody was like, who is this guy? Right? Let's be real. Let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen. When Canelo Alvarez got mandated to fight a William Skull by the IBF, even I, a pundit, was Googling. Everybody was Googling. Who the hell is William Skull? Let me tell you like this. We didn't even know who the hell was William Skull. The time, and I did this live. I went live and I Googled William Skull. You know what came out? William Shakespeare Skull. Hey, Google didn't even know who William Skull was before they announced Canelo Alvarez, before they announced William Skull attached to Canelo Alvarez's name. I'm dead serious. I did that live. I did it live. I said, let's see what's William Skull. Who the hell they trying to Canelo Alvarez? What the IBF trying to do? And we Googled it live. And William Shakespeare Skull came out. They Google, Chat GPT, Gronk ain't know who the hell William Skull was. And when we checked William Skull Twitter, William Skull had 200 followers. And you remember Canelo Alvarez said, I do whatever I want to do. I do whatever I want to do. I ain't going to fight. And he dropped his belt. But when Turki Alalshikh came along, you would fight William Skull in my country. Do you understand, Canelo? Oh, man, I didn't want to. Shut the fuck up, all right? In matter of fact, you would come to my country, all right? During the Cinco de Mayo week. And you would perform for me and my people. Do you understand that? Gingerbread man, do you understand? The power of Turki prevails. And what did Canelo Alvarez do? A guy, that if Canelo Alvarez dropped his belt telling the world, I'm not going to fight no William Skull, he fought Edgar Berlanga, right? I ain't going to fight no damn William Skull, but Turki Alalshikh made him, get in the plane, all right? Get in the plane right now, though. You would fight them out of the country in front of my people. And he did just that. You remember what Canelo Alvarez said? I don't want to fight no Terrence Bud Crawford. I would not get any credit. I would not get any credit to fight Terrence Bud Crawford. I wouldn't get any credit, right? I didn't get any credit to fight Jamel Charlo. What the fuck? Nobody give me credit, okay? I'm not going to fight no credit. I'm not going to fight no credit. Y'all remember? He had no interest in fighting Terrence Bud Crawford. But Turki Alalshikh's boy is Bud Crawford. Turki Alalshikh's favorite fighter is Bud Crawford. Canelo, you would fight Bud. You would give Bud opportunity, all right? And what I want you to do, you to come to my country. You get the belt from William Skull. It would be undisputed, and my Terrence Bud Crawford, my Chocolate Thunder, would have the opportunity to become a 3-division undisputed world champion. History would be made. Do you understand, gingerbread man? What did Canelo Alvarez do? Submitted to Turki, the most powerful man in the sport of boxing. Hey, y'all laughing, but this, you know what it is? You know why y'all laughing? Hey, you know why y'all laughing? Because you know what I'm saying is actually true. It's a little jokey joke, but what I'm saying is true. I'm not lying to nothing. Shout out to Turki. I like Turki. You know what I like Turki? It's because how he... It's everybody could talk tough. Everybody could act like they're powerful and stuff like that. And Turki Alalshikh just sits back. Let everybody tweet around and do interviews and stuff like that. And by the end of the week or the end of the month, you guys are submitted to Turki Alalshikh, Mr. Excellency, the boxing messiah, the savior of boxing. Yes, you all will submit. You would bow down to me. Huh? All these guys talk tough. I'm the boss. I do whatever I want to do. This is my company. It's mine. Everything is mine. I'm liking it more because it doesn't expose Turki. It exposes everybody else in the sport of boxing. In a good way, because at the end of the day, guess what? We getting a fight. Y'all know I like Oscar De La Hoya. I respect Oscar De La Hoya, what he's done as a fighter and a promoter. But he was talking hella smack about Dana White. Man, he went to... Didn't he go to fight about the Muhammad Ali Act? Ladies and gentlemen, what happened to all that fight? Well, shout out to the WBC Mauricio Sudamon. He's telling the whole world that your belts matter. I don't like the bullshit about the belt, the WBC, and my father. We've been in boxing for so many years. We have put a safety in consideration of the fighters. It's not good that Terence Crawford did not pay sanctioning fee. He robbery me. All right. He don't pay his tips. They say the belts don't matter. Sufa. Dana White said, you know, man, we're going to make our own belt. Y'all remember even when Turki Alalshikh called the meeting, there was supposed to be a meeting, right? It was supposed to be a meeting, right? And even Eddie Hearn said, I might not make it to the meeting, depending how I feel. My man, the next day was in that meeting with Turki Alalshikh. Eddie, I heard you said in the press conference after the Zayas and Boots, you would not come to meet me. Is that what you're trying to say to me, Eddie? You would not come to meet the excellency of Turki? Yo, Eddie went right away. I would talk to you, but I would talk to your daddy, Barry Hearn. All right? I don't like the disrespect. Turki laying the law down. Turki is powerful. He's put the best fight. Turki is laying the law down, bro. Think about this. We in the boxing community said we hate this crossing of the street bullshit. Am I right or wrong? We hate this crossing of the street. Even Paramount, which is not really, remember, when you look at Paramount, I look at Showtime because that's the same thing, right? But you remember that Paramount was not investing in combat sports anymore. Remember, they wasn't dealing with PBC, right? They wasn't dealing with what was the other MMA company? Bald Bellamere, Billy, was something like that. I forgot the name. Right? And Turki comes along and he partners up and locks in a $7.7 billion deal for boxing and Paramount. You don't think that is Turki? Bellator. Yes, Bellator. Remember? Paramount cut budget for combat sports, cut the budget for Bellator, and cut the budget for PBC. PBC had to find a new home, in which they did. Amazon Prime, Bellator, we don't even know if that exists. Y'all remember? I even think, allegedly, this is just me. This is just me. I'm being honest. You would not sign nobody to the boxing. Do you understand? Top Rank couldn't get an ESPN deal. Top Rank, the most respected boxing promotional company, couldn't lock down a network deal with Top Rank, with ESPN. Allegedly, I'm just saying that Turki Alalshikh Power don't sign them, all right, ESPN? Don't you sign this dirty bastards, all right? I will teach everyone a lesson. Either my team or there would be nothing for no one. And I said this leading up to even what I'm talking about right now. It was weird that ESPN, it was weird that Top Rank for almost a year couldn't lock in a network deal. Top Rank, the most credible and long company. Don't sign Paramount. Don't sign no Bellator. Do you understand? Don't give no contract to any boxing entity. I would cripple everyone, all right? You would listen to me. You would be in one party and the party that I want you to be. I will orchestrate everything because all of you are bullshit. You don't put that fight that the people deserve. You do not work together. You're working at separate, like enemies, hustling everyone. No, if anybody going to be the hustling, it would be me. But I have so much money, I don't need to hustle you, all right? This is my pocket change because this is Turki Alalshikh pocket change, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, yo, Turki Alalshikh, man. How your boy Punch Drunk? Hey, yo, Turki Alalshikh. Anybody that's listening on, hire your boy. Hey, yo, Punch Drunk and Showbiz doing the play-by-play, doing the commentating. How y'all like that? Come on now. Hey, yo, Turki, listen to me. It's all jokey Joe. I love you, Turki. You know what I'm saying? Turki, hire your boy Punch Drunk, have Punch Drunk Boxing and Showbiz Theodore do color commentating. I am telling you, Turki, it will be the best. Roman in the building. What y'all like about that? But, is y'all got to show up. Roman in the building. Shout out to Roman, Raymond, Ill Will. Yo, God bless y'all showing up. God bless y'all showing up, but it got to be more y'all to support even content like this because numbers speak to the powers that be. Yo, Punch, talk about boxing. Stop talking about Shanae Shield. It's up to y'all. And as a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to switch things around. I know what I need to do. I know how. I know what I already know what I need to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing certain. I just thought about it right now. It's time to adjust. I know how to get it. I know how to get y'all. I know how to get y'all. But that is on me. It's on me. I'm always in these boxing talk B5. Good looking out, Roman. But hey, it's like Jay-Z said. Shout out to Jay-Z performing out there in Yankee Stadium. What was it? What's one of his saying? Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. I'm telling you, I got plans. Yo, I'm gonna say it like this. It's always the poor guy that has the best plans, and nobody. I'm not gonna say nobody, but people don't believe in it because, again, the support, the numbers. But I got to keep on going. I believe Punch and Showbiz doing color and commentating and building a fight, promoting the fight with the machine. You know, Showbiz already got his own machine. You feel me? Shout out to Showbiz. You know what I'm saying? The pound for pound, the best boxing content creator. Showbiz, the GOAT. He got the machine popping. He got the loyalty popping. He got the supporters popping. You know what I'm saying? They popping for him. But I think this was all by design, and I've said this time and time again. Some people agree with me. Some people call me a hater. All this, what you see right now, is by design, in my opinion. That PBC couldn't get a deal with Paramount because maybe Paramount was already working on a deal to get MMA, wrestling, and boxing through Turki Alalshikh and Dana White. Why are we going to sign Bellator if we got the UFC coming through? Why PBC can't get a deal with Paramount, and they have given big fights, lucrative fight to Showtime, which is Paramount. Let's be real, let's be honest. Even before they left, they gave you Earl Spence versus Bud Crawford. Before they left, they gave you Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Let's not forget that the last year of PBC and Showtime, it was a very lucrative and successful deal. Plus, he gave y'all Canelo Alvarez and Jermell Charlo. Canelo Alvarez, Jermell Charlo. Earl Spence and Bud Crawford. Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. The last best pay-per-view event in boxing, he had to do handling. Queso. Shout out to my brother Queso. I hope he's doing very, very well, man. My brother right there, the humanitarian. If I think it's by design. It's by design that ESPN didn't sign Top Rank. It's by design. We all wanted almost everybody to be in one place. And guess what? Matchroom, Golden Boy Promotions, Top Rank, and PBC are working with the Zone. This is what the boxing, this is what the boxing community wanted, right? This is what the hardcores wanted, right? This is what the hardcores wanted. The hardcores hated the side of the street. Oh, yo, PBC can't work with Top Rank, and we can't get the Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, or the Keith Thurman and Bud Crawford, because the side of the street beat us. Look at this. As soon as they get an opportunity in the same year that Sufa really got shit popping. Hey, yo, this is all by design. You think that Canelo Alvarez and M. Billy, they need to postpone it? For what reason? You know why they needed to postpone it? Because this is a bigger fight. Ladies and gentlemen, the business has spoken. You think that, do you really think that Canelo Alvarez really want to perform in rehab on October and leave his Mexican independence? I told y'all that Canelo Alvarez submitted as well. Those are the people that a lot of subscribers disubscribe. A lot of Canelo Alvarez disubscribe to me and unsubscribe when I was telling y'all the truth. Why I said, damn, Canelo, you took the knee. Canelo Alvarez fight with Mbili is now postponed because Ryan Garcia is now the guy. Ryan and David Benavidez has gotten the date of Canelo Alvarez. No, you would perform with Mbili in my country over here. Really? Like when Halloween? Canelo, listen to it. I am giving you the money. You will listen to me. Ryan Garcia would perform in Mexican Independence Week in Las Vegas, Nevada. That is final. You think that the Canelo Alvarez still was like alone with like with PBC or doing his own thing with Matchroom? You think he's gonna give up that date? Turki Alalshikh is running everything. It's either you join them or you're gonna have a tough time in the sport of boxing. Because let's not forget, Turki Alalshikh also owns part of the Zone as well. This is all by design. I've been saying this, man. This is all by design, and people no, because I'm a drunk with a mic. They don't want to listen. Punch, we all been preaching for this, and it's finally here. Chuck in the building. What's good, man? Carissa needs Turkey. If it wasn't for Turki Alalshikh, right now, boxing would be dead. You know why? Because nobody's investing in boxing. The American networks are not investing in boxing. You may see little fights here and there. What they're investing is content. You understand what I'm trying to say? In America, there is no longer people investing in boxing. What they invested is content. Netflix is investing in content. They're not investing in just, oh, we're going to be in the sport of boxing and do a lot of fights. No, they're investing in Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, the best woman fight, all woman card. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. They was not going to invest in Jake Paul versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. No, but they will invest in that. Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. The power of Turkey as well. Turkey even putting Paramount on the map as well with Ryan Garcia fight, of course. What up, what up, what up, what up? What's up, Darwin? What's good? Turki Alalshikh has gotten Oscar De La Hoya and Dana White to partner up. Tell me who in boxing would do that. These guys been going, hey, yo, even when Dana White announced the fight today and Oscar De La Hoya announced the fight today, everybody's all smile. Everybody, what the money will do, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a business at the end of the day. It is a business at the end of the day. You're not supposed to have feelings, really. Because once that money drop on the table, all the feelings go away. Turkey got that. Yo, Turkey's money is so powerful, bro. He'll make you be he'll make you turn your worst enemy into your best friend. You forget about why you hate the dude. And he'll forget about why he hate you. That's how Turkey money is powerful in the sport of boxing. Yo, these dudes he brought enemies to work together. Frank Warren don't like Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn don't like Frank Warren. The only reason why you see, this is why you saw a little bit of frustration of Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya is because when Turkey was working with them and feeding the money and making the budget, giving them the budget and stuff like that, they thought that they truly had a genuine heart-to-heart conversation, like, not conversation, but relationship and partnership. No. What did I told y'all? I did a video one time that Turkey is like a dude that goes to not him, I'm not saying, I gave you an example of how a baller goes to a strip club and the sirens, the big baller that makes any other little baller that's spending money in the strip club, and all the strippers go to the baller. Even if he's the ugliest dude in the room. Yo, yeah. He's the man. You take 100 on. Thank you. I appreciate that. Because a lot of people do it. Hey, a lot of people was disagreeing with me too. A lot of people was disagreeing when I was calling all this stuff out. And look where we at tonight. Look where we at. Look where we at. And shout out to Ryan Garcia as well. Shout out to Ryan Garcia because what Ryan Garcia also have exposed is that every fighter is truly in control of their own career. A lot of these fighters, oh no, this guy don't want to do this and this guy don't want to do that. Ryan Garcia is one of the very few. He is as real as it comes, to be honest. Pause. Ryan Garcia is one of the realest boxers today. And I'm telling y'all right now, don't take Ryan Garcia for granted. Do not take Ryan Garcia for granted. Ryan Garcia is the type to say, you know what? I want to fight Devin Haney. He made Golden Boy Promotions to secure that fight with Devin Haney. He said, no, I want Gervonta Tank Davis. Bernard Hopkins and Oscar De La Hoya did not want Ryan Garcia to go through the catch-weight rehydration clause. I want that fight. Give me that fight. Ryan Garcia, even when he's at odds with Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy Promotion, still makes shit happen. Turki Alalshikh money is so good that that Devin Haney and Bill Haney dropped a lawsuit to Ryan Garcia. I'm suing Ryan Garcia. That's how good it is. Turki Alalshikh money is so good that everything that transpired between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, Osterman getting suspended. By the end of the day, when it was Times Square, it was Devin Haney being in the co-main event to Ryan Garcia. You would have dropped the lawsuit, all right, Devin? Do you want to do business with me? Bailey Bill, do you want to do business with me? Nah, but you know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. You would fight in Times Square. Do you understand me? And you would fight at the court main to Ryan Garcia. Yo, but we're the champion. We're the under. You would fight as a court main. Do you understand? All right. He will strip whatever morals you have or principle you have, and you will adopt his. Let me know if I'm lying. Let me know, folks, if I'm lying. Turki Alalshikh has the type of aura and money that he will strip you from your own morals and principle, and you would adopt his. Turkey money so good it paid Craig's 200 debt to pay. I'm telling you right now. Hey yo, Turkey so powerful that he will, if he wants to, he'd be like, the Irans and Donald Trump, you would make peace right now. If he wanted to. Did the Ali Revival Act pass? Nobody. Hey, yo, but let me tell you like this. In boxing, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that. Wrong. Con los $100. Super chari, el pastor de boxeo. Gracias, Ron. Wow. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. We got to do a song for Ron. Good looking out. How's it going, man? Hey, yo, we don't got the música. Let's just play. Hey, yo, Randy, let's lend them your música. Let's let Ron your música for now. We don't got a música for. Let's lend them the música. Let's lend them the música. Let's lend them the música. Hold on, where we at? Is this one? Man, I gotta add more songs, man. Brown said boxing is boxing with or without Dana's legislation.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Págame la música. Good looking out. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you, man. Hey, yo, I'm happy. You know, sometimes in boxing, it gets you to the point where, man, it's getting boring. You know what? Start questioning yourself as a fan. I'll be honest, folks. This year, I've questioned myself in terms of, man, do I now love boxing? I'm getting bored with this boxing stuff. I mean, it's too much, you know. The content is fun, to be honest, but it got to the point where it's just become content. It's too little of boxing, or it's just too little of epic news in boxing that we're creating. How you say, like, and shout out to a lot of boxing content creators and content creators. We're creating an energy, but that is that like we give an energy. It's like we're creating our own world. And it's not enough boxing. But I like July. I like that Anthony Joshua's gonna be back. Josh Kelly gonna be fighting. Shiraz going to be fighting. I think that a lot of people should be looking at this. If you're not a fan of the Anthony Joshua fight, or if you're not a fan of Shiraz fight, but if you're a fan of the 154-pound division, I'm gonna tell you like this Josh Kelly fight is very highly important, because right now we're just talking about people. Well, not me. I always talk about the Josh Kelly and putting him in matchups in the 154-pound division, but a lot of people just talking about Boots and Fundura, Boots and Virgil Fundura. You know what I'm saying? So this is great news. We have also Earl Spence is going to be performing versus Tim Tszyu. You know, so there's a lot of things moving in the sport of boxing, and I like that it's moving in the that's another breaking story today, and we're gonna get to it in a minute. Adrian Broner is popping, and shout out to Adrian Broner, bro. Shout out to Dean the Great. And the thing is, look, I'm gonna tell you like this: Adrian Broner got a good heart. Adrian Broner does got a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Brother, I have questioned myself as a fan all year long, but it's you that keeps me going. That's what I'm talking about, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that, man. For real, man. I appreciate that type of feedback, to be honest, man, because I question as well as me as a creator. You know what I'm saying? It's like when people be like, yo, some hardcore boxing guys that don't like the quote unquote gossip boxing content, right? Yo, man, it's just been too much of the charisma, man. I see the comments, but to be honest, also there is a community that want to listen to that, and there's a community that support that support that type of content. Just like I remember in the beginning, I did a lot of Manny Pacquiao videos, right? And I learned in YouTube, that there's gonna be a few people that's gonna support the content creator and it's gonna support the channel. But the truth is that more people support a particular content. When Manny Pacquiao retired, let me tell you like this: I had a lot of Filipino subscribers. I would talk about Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people would engage. I would remember, if y'all are familiar with the channel, I was talking about John Rio Casimero. A lot of people would engage. No need to donaire. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the point where Manny Pacquiao retired. John Rio Casimero wasn't active, and when he lost to Ugas, even I saw a lot of Filipino boxing channel disappeared. They disappeared. They wouldn't come to support the other content. And I learned from early on, it's really not about me. It's just that they will support me if I'm just talking about the Manny Pacquiao. If I say, there was Philippine Manny Pacquiao fans that if I even give credit to Floyd Mayweather, they were unsubscribed. So I knew from then that you also, it's just not what I want to talk about, but also what you're going to give the people that's willing to support you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a give and I learned is a give and take. There's certain subjects that I like to talk about, but I know nobody else want to talk about. But I like that about my channel. I like that I could talk about Kid Austin when nobody knew who Kid Austin was. When I could talk about Kid Austin before his debut fight, and then interview Kid Austin leading up to his debut fight, professional debut, and nobody knew who he was. But because I'm a genuine fan of the sport, and then look how Kid Austin is. Look how everybody know who Kid Austin is. The same way with Keyshawn Davis. When I'm interviewing Keyshawn Davis, and I'm going live on his fights in the Olympics, and I'm interviewing Keyshawn Davis before he hits pro, and he's going to do interviews. Then later on, he's doing an interview with the Boxing Voice, and the Boxing Voice let's ask him, I learned about you watching Punch. You know what I'm saying? And now look at Keyshawn Davis, where he at today. Jerome Boots Ennis. Nobody was talking about Jerome Boots Ennis in YouTube in 2018, 2019. Just like I always bring out, I've been talking about for 7 years, a potential fight between Jerome Boots Ennis and Josh Kelly. Oh, yo, why you talking about Josh Kelly? Why you talking about Josh Kelly? I've been talking about Josh Kelly. I've been talking about women boxing, even though that I know that women boxing is not going to bring the numbers. Right? So, but I also is a give and take. So when people be like, "Oh, yo, but come on, man, you got to keep, you know what I'm saying, man, this shit need the Clarissa Shields shit." Well, Clarissa Shields, first, she's a boxer. And there is a community that wants to support that type of content, that's looking forward for that type of content. And I'm going to tell you like this. She also does a good job. Whether she's delusional and shit, but she also does a good job to stay in the algorithm, whether she's going to tweet a lot, she's going to go live, she's going to drop a video. She know how to promote herself, positive or negative. Then guess what? What gives the boxing content creator? I'm going to say like this. If there will be more fights, we'll be talking about more fights. But to be honest, boxing conversations and boxing content is more of taking the littlest thing and making it, a content. We could talk about Earl Spence for 3 years. He hasn't been in the ring in 3 years. We could talk about Gervonta Tan Davis. He hasn't been in the ring for a year. We could talk about Terrence Bud Crawford. He's out and still and retired, and we're still talking about it like he's an active fighter. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing about my channel, though, if you're a supporter, and I know who supports the channel, if you're a supporter and you a member, you support. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Rong and shout out to everybody else, Savage in the building. Shout out to everybody, even that donates to the channel, that's truly engaging with the channel. My email is there. Hit me up. Anybody knows that I like to have conversations also with the people that support me. I ain't one of these other channels that be like, you know what I'm saying, shy away from the comments, shy away from the DMs, shy away from I just want to act like I'm on. No. I would love if my supporters would be like, "Yo, Punch. Yo, I would like to listen. Yo, you heard about this news? Yo, can you time in on this? I haven't heard you talk about this. Hey, yo, Punch. Damn, what's going on? Why you on this subject? What was it about? What's it about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a supporter. I got this one person that hit me up, like, "Yo, Punch, you know what I'm saying? I'll be supporting you and stuff like that. But what's going on with this subject? Like, I don't know. I can't get in line with that." Well, okay, cool. But there's other content where you could promote. Don't just pigeonhole me into one thing because, you listen to one content. I don't like, no. Just like a lot of people get mad when I talk about Teofimo Lopez. What was it? Oh, yo, you a T.O. channel. Oh, now y'all want me to talk about more T.O., right? Yo, why you keep on talking about Canelo Alvarez? Okay, I haven't talked about Canelo. Oh, now y'all want me to talk about Canelo Alvarez, right? Brother, I don't mean to deviate you from the topic, but if you have a song for me, it has to be Tiki-ta, tiki-ta. I got you. Hold on. Let me save that. Let me save that message. Hold on. Let me save that message. Good looking out. A comprar comida del buffet. On lunch hour, para que sea más cheap, because after that, it's $27 a plate. Appreciate you. God bless. He said, "I love all music, though." I got you. Gotta support. You know what I'm saying? Gotta support. I hope Jackie Hernandez. I haven't seen Jackie Hernandez in a while. Hope that she's doing good as well. You know, Jackie Hernandez, a beautiful son and stuff like that. Hope you're doing well, Jackie. I haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything is good. Cause sometimes I see the comments or the comment section. I'll be like, damn, I haven't seen this person in a while. You don't know, the world is, some people could get unfortunately sick or something like that. Hopefully everything is good. You know what I'm saying? Same thing for Queso. Shout out to Fight Fury Films. It's like one time when Kahlua I remember when Kahlua didn't show up for a while, and I'm like, damn, man. Damn. Something happened to him. And Kahlua was one of the subscribers that used to chop it up with me in the emails, right? And it was like a period of like almost a week and a half, and he didn't he said, "Get the dinner, brother." Good looking at us to the 7 after 3:30. After 3:30. I got you. Yeah, I don't gotta go. Hey, yo, I don't gotta go to the buffet from 11:30 to 3:30. Hey, yo, wrong. When I usually go to the buffet, it's from 11:30 to 3:30. What was it, like a month ago? I was at the buffet, right? But it passed, so they started putting seafood as the dinner, right? And the Chinese lady said, do you know this is a dinner now, right? I said, oh shit. So he said, so it's dinner prices. He said, you could think. I just, after this time is dinner. I said, I'm sorry, Papa. Okay, all right. Let me get the salmon, okay? You know I come every day, okay? I come all the time, all right? China. 11:30 to 3:30. Once you pass that, they start bringing in the goody foods and shit like that. You know it's long time. Do you know it's long time? Long time over, cat. Good looking out. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, and I was talking to Kalua, and it was like a week and a half passed. And I know that Kalua had cancer and stuff like that. And then his wife, shout out to his wife, hit me up on the DM and said, I just want to let you know that Kalua passed away. And I want to thank you. And I said this story before. He said, I want to thank you because you gave him like another year of living. All he did was watch chef videos and channels. And the only thing that truly made him laugh was watching you. He was always like down and always worried about his health, whether if he's gonna live the next month. But every time he watched you, he's like you gave him more life. And she said, I credit you for giving him another year of life. Yo, when I read that and I hit her back, yo, a tear drop. And right there, that's like, even throughout the years I'm doing boxing content creation, is like, you never really know who's listening. And then you really never know why they listening. You never really know. Like, trust me, look at even last year, you know, my grandmother passed, when my grandmother passed away. Yo, if it wasn't, I'm dead serious, folks. If it wasn't for creating content, yo, you can even ask my kids, if I'm not creating content, and I'm in the zone, sad, drinking, like just thinking about like, damn, I'm never gonna have a conversation with her again or nothing like that. I was just down. I was numb, like not numb, but numb to the surrounding. But once I start watching boxing or creating content, that was the thing that got me, like, it was like a switch. You know what I'm saying? And then when I turned the live off or I stopped doing a video, then it's back to, I think I'm one of those people that I gotta stay busy mentally, or I'm gonna be in the ditch. I've learned that about myself, because I'm a person. I was a person that held like 2 jobs at one time, 3 jobs, and stuff like that. So my mind always been busy, even through adversity. I always, you know, even when you struggling, and I was living on my car for 4 months, and 2013, but I'm still moving around, you know, and my mind is, once my mind sets for a good hour, I start getting like, not paranoid, but almost like when I'm thinking too much, then it start second guessing yourself, start second guessing your purpose, you know. And then right away, like I'll be honest. Yesterday, I'm going a little bit personal. Yesterday, I'm like, I started second guessing my purpose. I started like saying, yo, what's my purpose anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's my purpose? And the more I kept saying that, the more I'm like, you know, is it a midlife crisis? You know, okay, my kids will grow up, you know what I'm saying? Like, the good thing about that I'm also learning is my oldest son, he's already grown, and he's grown, he's in college, he's an adult. And okay, now he has his friends, and now it's like, okay, now it's back to I have to worry about my happiness and I just my kids' happiness. You understand what I'm trying to say? What's good, Frontline? Because you start losing yourself within you being a parent, and you know how it is. Your kids come first and all that, but there's gonna be a time where your kids grow up and they're gonna have their own family and they're gonna have responsibility. They ain't gonna be under your wing no more. And then and then it goes back to, okay, now what you're gonna do? What truly makes you? Why are you working so hard for? Why are you this? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to boxing. Y'all know boxing translates to life itself, and I like to be personal with my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing to hide about myself. But yo, you gotta credit Turki Alalshikh for bringing people together. And I think if it's gonna be Turki Alalshikh deserved the Nobel Peace Prize. Yo, Turki Alalshikh deserves the Nobel Peace Prize because he's doing things that right now, and he's emerging people together that wouldn't emerge. You know what I'm saying? Like the odd people, enemies. Like, yo, again, Dana White and Oscar de la Hoya would been going at each other's throats, pause, trying to discredit everything they do, and now working together. The only people that I actually do feel sorry, just a little bit sorry about, the only people I actually feel a little bit sorry is the MMA fighters. Because now they're looking at it like, yo, Dana, like, look at all the money you making for these boxers now. That even he submitted. That's how good Turki Alalshikh money is. That Turkey money so good that Dana White is paying boxers more than MMA fighters, guys that he's trying to mold a business he tried to build with fighters that made who he is, and then he goes around and gives the boxers the money. Yo, Turki Alalshikh is the man, bro. Turki Alalshikh is powerful. He's the most powerful entity we've ever seen in the sport of boxing. He's the most powerful entity. Salvador is the most powerful entity. But guess what? For all the right reasons. There's certain people, and this is what I mean. Like there is, and that's what there are great people with money, and then there's bad people with money. You know what I'm saying? For me, this is not a hustle for Turki Alalshikh. For everybody else in the sport of boxing is a hustle. See, because when Turki's money in boxing is pocket change money. It's his play. I said this a long time ago. This is his play toy. This is like his little hobby. Like, he does serious stuff. And if you look at his resume of what he's done and stuff like that, he's a serious guy that loves entertaining and sports and stuff like that. But boxing is his little love, his little hobby. What he's doing in the sport of boxing, trust me, I think that Turki Alalshikh has lost more money than actually made money in boxing. I think Turki Alalshikh has lost way more money in boxing. But the thing is, if you ask anybody, right, that loves to do something for other people, that's not losing money. You're entertaining yourself. That's what you're happy to spend money in this. And some people is not gonna get it. It's almost like a dude that goes to the strip club. I'm not a strip club type of person, but I even told my boy, like, yo, how do you find it to go to the strip club and throw $5,000 away like that? But that's his enjoyment. It's like you can't tell people to do with their money. That's what they like to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna get another 5 bands or 10 bands, and he's gonna do the same thing. But he also take care of his responsibility and stuff like that, his work, his business. But the way that he throws the money, so there are people that got enough money, and they use certain money to throw away, or they use that money to help out the cause that they want to help out. So guess what? I think that Turki Alalshikh is actually throwing his money to help a cause, to help a sport that was a major sport all over the world. That is no longer a major sport in America. But guess what? Even this deal with Paramount and the Zone, because this fight is going to be, hold on, give me a second. This fight is going to be showcased by Paramount and the Zone, but only the Zone UK and Ireland, right? And right away when I heard it, I'm like, damn, man. I mean, we already paid for the Zone. This is a way to really force us to pay for Paramount, right? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. This is a way. Remember, I'm already paying $44 a month. So now I got to pay that in September, right? We're going to have to pay that. Canelo Alvarez is going to be pay-per-view. I'm already paid for the Canelo Alvarez. And then I got to go to Paramount and pay. Well, it is what it is, but at the end of the day, they made the deal happen. I think if it was up to everybody else, it'll probably be in one place. But of course, Oscar De La Hoya is with the Zone, and he got business with the Zone. So I think everybody wins in the end of the day. I think it's a great matchup. It's a championship bout. The Belt Federation wins because the WBC is taken serious. Dana White wins because he's already gonna be promoting the biggest, probably the most lucrative event in boxing. He already did last year with the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. So everybody is winning. Golden Boy Promotion is winning. Ryan Garcia is performing at T-Bone Moore Arena. Is gonna be everybody gonna make a lot of money. The Zone wins. Paramount wins. Dana White wins. Turki Alalshikh have emerged. The guys that hate each other, they emerged. Paramount and the Zone. Everybody, everything he did, everybody wins. The style wins. Is a great promo fight. Both fighters have good momentum going to the fight. UK clashes with American Mexican. Everything wins here. And the only problem that I have in the sport of boxing is that when something is going good, how to sustain the momentum. That is one thing that still hurts boxing a little bit. Sustaining momentum. And if you look at the schedule, July 25th, July 24th. Hold on. Let's put smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like. You got on the 24th, you got Boo Boo Demetrius Andre back in the ring. My guy. Let's go, Boo Boo. Let's go. 160 pound, 68-pound division, Demetrius Andre. Only got one blemish in his record, and that's losing to the enigma of David Benavidez. But let me tell you like this, ladies and gentlemen. You put Boo Boo Andre versus M. Billy. Hey, yo, Demetrius Andre is a 50-50 fight. Lester Martinez, 60-40 fight, Demetrius Andre. Caleb Plant, 50-50 fight. Edgar Berlanga, Demetrius Andre got that. Jaime Munguia, Demetrius Andre got that. Hey, yo, stop avoiding the guy. Stop. Ain't no more Canelo Alvarez gonna say he's a terrible fighter. Payday. No. The 168-pound division is up for grabs. It's up for grabs. Folks, stop hating on my guy and support this guy's run. Hopefully he gets another opportunity after July 24th. And then we got Edgar Berlanga that's going to be performing July 26th. I got to give a special shout out, ladies and gentlemen. A special shout out. I'm going to make a pound for pound. I'm going to make my top 5 pound for pound most powerful, most important businessmen in the sport of boxing. And one of the guys that's leading the way of this generation is Keith Connolly, the pound for pound best manager in boxing. And it's getting to the point that I think he's just more than a manager. Because The powerful moves of Keith Connolly, ladies and gentlemen. You already know he's the manager of Conor Benn. They're going to be performing versus Ryan Garcia September 12th, T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. They just locked it down. He's the manager of Edgar Berlanga. Edgar Berlanga had that Canelo Alvarez fight, an opportunity. That's what a manager's supposed to do. Get you the bag, get you the legacy fight, get you an opportunity, right? He did all of that. Richardson Hitchens, he got the big fight with George Kambosa as well. He's a champion, going to be performing again in Madison Square Garden as well. Probably looking forward to a big fight with Richardson Hitchens. Teofimo Lopez just locked in. Yes. Shout out to Tio. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see the shield. Teofimo Lopez locking in the Takeover Promotions, PBC, Teofimo Lopez versus Rody Romero, August 22nd. Keith Connolly, again, doing his thing. And also, you already know, groundbreaking signing, partnership, Takeover Promotions. Teofimo Lopez, the only fighter to have a direct signing with the Zone. Groundbreaking, the only fighter in the sport of boxing, and hopefully in the future, more fighters that had their promotional company could do this, cutting out the middleman. Shout out to Keith Connolly in facilitating these moves for Teofimo Lopez, right? So, and then you got Alicia Baumgartner. He got Alicia Baumgartner as well. That's probably, you already know that Amanda Serrano is gonna be this is gonna be probably her last year. She's trying to break Christy Martin's record. You already know she already tied Christy Martin's record for the most knockout in women boxing history. Shout out to Amanda Serrano, La Reina de Boxeo. Amanda Serrano, the 7th Division World Champion, undisputed featherweight, arguably the greatest of all time. But after her and Katie Taylor, that's gonna be performing September 5th, is on their way out. The face of women boxing, and just like Layla Ali told Alicia Baumgartner that Layla Ali has passed the torch down to Alicia Baumgartner. So the face of women boxing, once Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor decides to retire, and this is probably going to be their last year, like I just said, Alicia Baumgartner is the face of boxing. And guess what? Who's her manager? Keith Connolly, ladies and gentlemen. Keith Connolly is one of the most powerful men in the sport of boxing. And if I could give straight off because I want to do a separate video about this, but if I want to give the credit to the most powerful people in the sport of boxing right now, Turki Alalshikh, Keith Connolly, Nakisa, co-CEO of Jake Paul, and shout out to Jake Paul. I want to say Jake Paul as well, but you know what I'm saying? I just want to shine the light on Nakisa, because Nakisa is the one that's doing really much of the groundwork for even Jake Paul to be the success that he's in the sport of boxing. Nakisa, let's not forget, also helped. He was the advisor of Dana White to elevate UFC. So when you see UFC to what it is, you got to give a lot of credit to Nakisa. And if you see MVP, Most Valuable Promotions, locking that deal with ESPN, you got to give a lot of credit to Nakisa. So you got Turki Alalshikh, Keith Connolly, Nakisa. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put Oscar De La Hoya in the mix as well. I'm going to tell you why. Because let's not forget, a lot of these guys, this is their profession. Out of anybody in those positions, it's only one guy that truly built his empire with his fist. Build this empire with his fist. I'm going to get there, Stefan. I'm going to get there. Oscar De La Hoya, compared to Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Al Heyman, any other promoter, Oscar De La Hoya built his empire with his bare hands. And he has just as much he had longevity in his boxing career as a fighter. we gotta give credit to Oscar De La Hoya as a promoter, bro. And it's not easy. I don't want to be, oh no, it's easy. It hasn't been easy for Mayweather. It wasn't easy for Mike Tyson. Yo, even Jay-Z tried to do Rock Nation in the sport of boxing. Ain't work. Even 50 Cent. So let me tell you like this. There is a ingredients to be a promoter and a successful promoter in the sport of boxing. And Oscar De La Hoya got to give him. I don't think he get the credit that he deserves. I don't think he get the credit that he deserves. $19 con 90 centavos. Teofimo Lopez influence in the game is so underrated. Tio reinvented, undisputed. Yeah. Shout out to my guy Tio. You know what I'm saying? And I said this a while ago. I said, yo, people are gonna regret. The reason why Tio, in my opinion, is the way that he is in certain parts that frustrate other people is that the boxing world, and I said this, boy, whether people like it or want to agree with it or not, people let that kid down, man. Because that dude, he wanted to bring that retro mentality back into the sport of boxing. He dared to be great versus Lomachenko. And we all know what that fight was. It was undisputed. And the fans wanted to dispute what we saw in broad daylight. They wanted to dispute that and take away from this young man at the age of 23 that's given us what we've been asking these fighters to do. People created the smear campaign to dispute it. Instead of holding the WBC accountable for the franchise and the Coney and holding the politics of the sport of boxing accountable, you guys went after the fighter that risked his life. And y'all wanted to question what he did in that ring. If it wasn't for the politics of the sport of boxing, I'm gonna keep on saying it to the day that I die. This is the reason why Teofimo Lopez is a Hall of Fame. I don't give a damn what y'all think. Y'all could play, a lot of people out here, y'all want to play the fool, but this is the reason why this kid wasn't as consistent, because I think y'all affected him here. And it's not his fault, because his mind was in the right. Remember when Teofimo Lopez, leading up to the Lomachenko fight, was calling out Josh Taylor as well. He already knew what he wanted after that. So he beat Lomachenko. Yeah, the community, media folks disputed that. Why this community took that away from him? ESPN, the network, saying he's undisputed, and then leading up to the fight with Josh Taylor and Devin Haney and Vasily Lomachenko, they vanished. They took that undisputed away. The same network that said he's undisputed, I took it away. It's like I told you, and I said this in videos. I had a conversation with the WBO former president, Paco. And I told them in the lobby of across the street from Madison Square Garden, the hotel lobby, I said, is Teofimo Lopez undisputed? He said, everybody knows he's undisputed. He said, yeah, but in the WBO website and stuff like that, don't have him as undisputed. And that's when he told me that the same phrase that I always say, the boxing business is none of the fans' business. Of course, the people are idiots. Everybody know he's undisputed. But even them, y'all threw him under the bus. Well, y'all fight was with the WBC franchise, but y'all fight was not to uphold publicly that he's undisputed. So now y'all just told this young kid, what is he fighting? Y'all took his dreams away. He thought that if I do this, I will get the ultimate respect, not only by my peers, not only by the boxing, by the boxing fans, but the business of boxing. Y'all took it away from me. So what am I fighting for? Everything is an illusion now. You know what I'm saying? So now what is the purpose? So when I hear, and this is people could look at it positive and negative. When people hear, damn, he beat Lomachenko. He beat Josh Taylor. He hasn't lost since the George Camboso. He's not on the pound for pound list. Everybody going against him. And then when he writes, oh, this is by design, I gave people what they wanted. even though, folks, even though that's the wrong mentality, because you still gave in into the haters, right? You gave in into the naysayers. But this is what I felt boxing did to him. No, I give y'all what y'all wanted. Y'all don't want me. Y'all don't want guys daring to be great. Y'all don't want mentality like mine's. I'm in the wrong era. I'm in the wrong era. You guys took every accomplishment away from me. We all know he was supposed to be the first recognized 2-division undisputed world champion, the 100+ years sport. You guys also got to understand his mentality that when he's the only fighter in American amateur boxing history to win the USA Olympic trial and not get picked to represent USA. That's the reason why he went to Honduras. So think about his mentality. Every time I'm trying to do something great and proving everybody that I am who I'm destined to be, you guys take it away from me. So whatever. What am I doing? Now y'all gave Teofimo Lopez that question in his mind. What am I doing it for? Why do I have to strive to be great? You guys will take it away from me anyway. I'm not a pound for pound fighter. I'm not an undisputed. You guys demoted me to just a unified champion. You guys wouldn't fight for me. I understand Teofimo Lopez. And that's the reason why publicly in the boxing ring, because I respect Teofimo Lopez and support Teofimo Lopez as a man, as a father, but it's the reason why I'm never going to get off the wagon. I'm never going to abandon supporting Teofimo Lopez, because I know exactly what this boxing community did to him. And if people truly want to be real, put yourself in position. That if you was the father of Teofimo Lopez, if you was the brother of Teofimo Lopez, if you was a family member of Teofimo Lopez that you respect and see his work, you will say the same thing I'm saying. You say the same thing I'm saying. They robbed that man from glory, bro. Ron de la Hoya con los 2 pesos de Super Chari Parique. De la Hoya is gold. Facts. And Al Heyman. I say those are the most powerful right now. And maybe probably not as right now with Al Heyman. I push him to the side right now because he's been sick and he hasn't done, you got to give a lot of credit to Lou DeCuba for holding it down for Al Heyman. So, but right now, in my opinion, the most powerful pound for pound top 5 is Turki Alalshikh, Nikisa, Keith Connolly, Oscar De La Hoya. I might have to put Amanda Serrano, but it's linked to Nikisa. Nikisa. So I'm as business. I'm gonna refer to the businessman. I'm gonna refer because she did a lot for women boxing. I'm gonna say I'll leave Al Heyman then for now. But especially those 4 right now, I think where boxing is at, you gotta owe a lot to Nikisa. And maybe, if it's in the combat world, I mean, let's see by the end of the year with Dana White. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson had a recent interview on stage that he's not going to be wearing the uniform of Sufa. I'm going to tell you like this, man. If Turki Alalshikh says wear the uniform, you're going to wear the uniform. If Turki Alalshikh said wear the uniform, you're going to wear the uniform. As we all know, today, breaking news was that Earl the Truth Spence, the former unified welterweight champion of the world, has requested a weight change in his long-awaited, anticipated bout versus Tim Tszyu. Spence request granted as Tim Tszyu fight changes from 158-pound catch weight to 160 pounds. And I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it's not a championship fight. I think it works out good for both. I think physically in the ring, it will probably work better for Tim Tszyu. If it's about weight and comfortability, Earl Spence, I like the move by Earl Spence by requesting it because he's not in position, to be honest. It's a non-title fight. It's his get-back fight after 3 years. You don't have to. I'm tired of seeing fighters suffer before getting inside the ring, knowing that this is already a suffering job. You know what I'm saying? You can't kill yourself to make it into a fight in which you could get killed in the ring. I want fighters to really, truly, like, yo, and the business got to get into it as well. Like, I think that this tells you the maturity of Earl Spence. The power that he has. I like when fighters use their power for the benefit of the situation, not just trying to use power to see. This power doesn't just benefit him, Earl Spence. It also benefits Tim Tszyu, and that's what I'm talking about. Imagine if you would have said, I'm just coming from 147-pound division, and Tim Tszyu, you really want to fight? Can we make this 151? Then that would be like, oh, you trying to weaken Tim Tszyu. So I'm all right with it. I'm all right with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with this. I don't like when fighters trying to weaken another fighter. Like, that's why I don't want to see, folks. I don't want to see Devin Haney needs to submit to fight a catchweight at 144. We saw how he looked in his last fight at leading up to the 140, 135. You're a champion. You don't need to let go of your belt and submit to a Shakur Stevenson who is great enough to move up to the 147-pound division, right? Because Devin Haney is not a puncher like that. If Devin Haney was a puncher, I could understand a 144-pound catchweight. If he was a knockout artist and he possesses that type of threat, I understand Shakur Stevenson if he was doing it with Conor Benn. I understand Shakur Stevenson if he was talking about a welterweight like a Bud Crawford, like a Earl Spence, like a prime Keith Thurman. But this right here, no. I think you don't have to do it. I don't like the fight if it's going to be in 144 because you're trying to. Why take you're a champion, And the thing is, I don't like the games that they playing. Drop your belt to fight me, to help out Keyshawn Davis. No, Keyshawn Davis got to pay his dues, just like everybody else is paying their dues. And yes, Keyshawn Davis is in a mandatory position to get the Devin Haney fight, but why are you trying to facilitate this deal? Like, oh, you got to drop the belt if you want to face me or give it to Keyshawn Davis. No, you should move up. Y'all friendship is effing things up. All these Avengers stuff, man. I don't like the little teamwork, man. For me, that shit is weak. It's kind of silly to me. You know what I'm saying? It's Bajaro shit right now, in my opinion. Started questioning, like, y'all friends, y'all brothers, or y'all more than that. Teofimo Lopez versus Tank 2027. Yeah, I like that fight. I like that. I think soon we're gonna listen to. Look, I truly think that we're gonna. And to be honest, like I was talking about the stylistic fights. I like the Devin Haney and Keyshawn Davis stylistically better than a Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. On paper, Shakur and Devin is better, but entertaining wise, I'd rather right now where boxing is at. Give me the names, but also give me the matchup that's going to bring that entertainment. If Tio, who is known to be one of the best entertaining fighters in the sport of boxing, if the Tio and Shakur was boring, bro. I'll be honest. I'm just not a fan. I'm happy that Shakur and Devin can get their money, but I can't. I wish that both fighters had the momentum of maybe if Shakur, that right after the William Cepeda and the Devin Haney right after the Brian Norman will fight each other. This is Devin Haney right after the Brian, where we see some power, we see some toe-to-toe action. But even though that Shakur Stevenson did he stepped up to Tio. He didn't move. I think that was more of Tio than a Shakur, but Shakur had an opportunity to press the gas, and he didn't. Thus, Andre Ward and Terrence Bud Crawford holding him accountable for not pressing the gas. But I think, see, this matchup with Rolly and Tio, stylistically, this tells us that, just like a lot of people be like, yo, Tio Fimo does good with coming forward fighters and stuff like that. He's more of a counterpuncher. I could see a Tio versus Rolly being more exciting than a Devin and Shakur. I could see a Keyshawn and Shakur being more exciting as well. You put Keyshawn Davis in all these fights, it will be an exciting matchup because he brings the action as well. But Devin and Shakur, that mix right there, I don't know. I never was a true fan of the matchup, but on paper, I'm a fan of the legacy. And this is the reason why I will be so into this fight. If Shakur will step up, and I think he and to be honest, I think he'll be the favorite at 147 to beat Devin Haney. I think he'll be the favorite. I think Devin could be victorious that night, and I think that Shakur Stevenson could be victorious that night. But but Shakur, I think, will enter as the favorite, even if he goes to the 147-pound division and face Devin Haney. So I think that they just said the news today. I think that give me a second. I think that Bud Crawford has become SB's fighter of the year. Look at Errol Spence. He said, "What the F is this?" Hold on. Let me see. Honestly, kind of. Even in this way. Let me see. Let me see. But Bud Crawford. I think they announced that Bud Crawford is fighter of the year. Let me see. Let's play it.
To celebrate sports as a whole. And you were up for best fighter of the year. Gaethje was as well. There's many phenomenal combat sports events over the last year. We have the distinct honor of letting you know, Bud, that not only are you world champion, undefeated, a man that has never had a judge rule against him in a fight ever, never been knocked down. And in the 2026 ESPYs, ladies and gentlemen, your winner for best fighter, Terrence Bud Crawford.
So Terrence Bud Crawford has won the ESPY Fighter of the Year. And there was one entity out there that was begging for some votes, and she lost. Perdió la sucia vieja. Yo, shit. Clarissa Shields lost another award. Oh man, she's gonna go crazy. She might not go crazy because Terrence Bud Crawford, she's a fan of Terrence Bud Crawford. She knows not to say nothing slick about Bud Crawford. I wonder what she's gonna say about this one. I wonder what Shanae Shields gonna say about this one of Terrence Bud Crawford winning the ESPY Fight of the Year award, and what she was nominated. I don't even know why she was nominated for last year. Why she was nominated anyway? Like, I can understand Fundura being nominated, being the youngest undisputed ever women champion, but what did she do last year? Like, what did she do? What did Shanae Shields do? to be fight of the year. Who she beat? Who she beat? Lenny Daniels? That's it? You get fight of the year? They ain't even, they didn't even, not even, you're not going to put Naoya Inoue? Shit, even I'll give more credit to David Benavidez. I think that even Shakur Stevenson have been nominated. I think Shakur, I would even get Devin Haney to be nominated. You know what I'm saying? Why would, but they only fought, 1 year? I don't know, folks. I don't know why they would nominate her. Even Amanda Serrano get nominated. Katie Taylor. Nominate Katie Taylor at least. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's another day. Happy Hour Thursday tomorrow or Happy Hour Friday. We're going to go live consecutive nights. Shout out to the people in the chat, but good news, man. Shout out to Ryan Garcia and Conor Benn for locking this deal. Shout out to Dana White, Oscar de la Hoya, hashing these things out. Shout out to Turki Alalshikh for saving the sport of boxing and having all these parties work together and working under one umbrella as well. All the promoters is working on the zone. Pyramon's going to be in partnership with the zone leading up to this fight. So that's still good. You know what I'm saying? It's still the zone thing. And, got to give a lot of credit to Turki Alalshikh for bridging all these entities, man, together, man. Again, y'all already know, subscribe to the channel, Punch Drunk, love y'all. Thank for the people that show love today, that show love and engage. You know what I'm saying? Those true loyal fans, true loyal supporters that, you know what I'm saying, that's going to rock with your boy Punch Drunk, whatever content I put out. Those right now, I'm telling y'all right now, you guys right now that's holding me down to right now, y'all 32, 30, 40 people that showed up today, 50, 60. You are the people that really, and those that truly that probably working right now, but those that truly support the channel and support your boy. Like, I know who is who. I know who support me regardless of what I put out, and know my intentions and know my education about certain things, and appreciate my delivery and appreciate my drive. You know what I'm saying? When I do these content, because I could easily say, you know what, I'm just gonna do what the YouTube want to recommend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna stick to one content and it's gonna be working this way. So I really support y'all holding me down, because y'all keep me just as motivated as those other videos that may get more views and stuff like that. But I know if I don't do them videos, I will not get the support. But when I do all these videos, depending if it's those videos, another video on whatever boxing head I'm talking about, you guys show me love and support. I'd rather rock with y'all 30 and 40 and 60 people all day long. You know what I'm saying? So love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.